Imagine paying 3 times more for the same medicine than someone in France or Japan. That's been the reality for many Americans until now. President Donald Trump has signed a groundbreaking executive order aimed at slashing prescription drug prices across the United States. This policy, known as the Most Favored Nation pricing model, mandates that U.S. drug prices align with the lowest prices paid by other developed countries. For instance, if a medication costs $100 in Germany, Americans shouldn't be charged $300 for the same product. This move targets the long-standing issue where U.S. consumers subsidize global pharmaceutical costs. The executive order directs the Department of Health and Human Services to negotiate drug prices that match or beat international rates. If pharmaceutical companies resist, the administration is prepared to enforce these prices through regulatory measures. Additionally, the FDA is instructed to expand drug importation programs, allowing Americans access to more affordable medications from countries like Canada and others. But let's take a moment to break down why U.S. drug prices have been so high for so long. It's not just about the price tag. It's about a complex system that has allowed pharmaceutical companies, middlemen, and insurance networks to negotiate in ways that often leave the consumer last in line. In most countries, the government plays a direct role in negotiating drug prices with manufacturers. That's not the case in the United States, at least not until now. Historically, Medicare, the government's largest health program, was not even allowed to negotiate prices directly with drug companies. This created a massive gap where pharmaceutical firms could set prices with limited oversight and virtually no accountability. President Trump's order challenges this status quo. By invoking the most favored nation principle, he's essentially telling Big Pharma, if you're selling it cheaper elsewhere, you're going to sell it cheaper here too. It's a policy that shifts leverage away from private negotiations behind closed doors and brings transparency and competition into the mix. What does this mean for everyday Americans? For one, seniors, who are often the most dependent on medications, could see their prescription costs drop dramatically. Life-saving drugs like insulin, which have become symbols of price gouging, are among the medications likely to be affected. The cost of a vial of insulin in the U.S. can exceed $300, while in countries like Canada, the same product is sold for a fraction of that. And it's not just seniors. This policy could spark a ripple effect across private insurance plans and employer-based coverage. If Medicare, the largest buyer, starts paying less, it may force private insurers to reevaluate their payment structures too. Over time, this could lead to broader reforms across the entire healthcare industry. But don't be mistaken, this isn't just about savings, it's also about disruption. The pharmaceutical lobby is one of the most powerful in Washington, spending billions on influence, advertising, and political donations. They argue that lowering drug prices will reduce their ability to invest in R&D and slow down innovation. This initiative isn't just about economics, it's about fairness. Americans have long shouldered the burden of high drug costs, often paying significantly more than citizens in other nations for identical treatments. By implementing this policy, the administration aims to rectify this imbalance and ensure that U.S. consumers are no longer at a disadvantage. However, the plan faces challenges. The pharmaceutical industry argues that such pricing controls could hinder innovation and lead to reduced investment in research and development. Critics also point out that similar efforts in the past faced legal hurdles and were blocked by courts. Despite these concerns, the administration remains steadfast in its commitment to lowering drug prices. The potential savings are substantial. Aligning U.S. drug prices with international standards could save Medicare and American taxpayers hundreds of billions of dollars over the next decade. These savings could be redirected to other critical areas of the healthcare system, benefiting a broader segment of the population. In summary, this executive order represents a significant step toward making prescription drugs more affordable for Americans. While the path forward may be complex, the goal is clear: to ensure that U.S. consumers are no longer paying exorbitant prices for essential medications. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more insights into healthcare policies and their impact on your wallet. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Do you believe this policy will lead to meaningful change?